And welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we have 5 more challenges in what is going to be the third and final game of this EU session, which has been brought to you by Game4Glory.net. If you guys want to stand a chance to play against any other pros, make sure you head over to the webpage, guys, Game4Glory.net. I'm going to pull the webpage up in just a moment and actually show you what it looks like, show you what's happening. And I've also got a giveaway which I'm going to be running tonight, so make sure you stick around the next couple of minutes. You can find out how you stand a chance to win a subscription to Ela Buff. Anyways, let's have a look at this game. We have 5 more challenges. This time, Skyrim's Lady of Sorrow 87, 54 Ints, Lomens, and Gonda's LOL. They are going to be challenging against Fnatic HXD, N-Rated, Expeke, Cyanide, and SOAS. And once again, guys, remember that HXD is technically the admin for the team, or the manager for the team. I do owe an apology to Mr. Saints. It is, of course, that's meant to be S-A-I-N-T-Z. Unfortunately, I didn't see the lead speak, which is quite embarrassing considering my nickname has so much lead speak. So my bad, dude, my bad. It is Saints. It is Saints. So Mr. Saint Potato, thank you for joining us. So we're going to have the randoms once again coming out from Fnatic. We see Skyrim's is locked in Corki, so we know he wants to play the AD carry role. Over on the flip side, we have seen HXD randoming a Nivea. That's going to bode well for them if they do decide to stall, if they do decide to push forward. On the flip side, we see N-Rated has random Brand. So for the second time tonight, we are going to see the Charcoal Man. Over on the other side, Lady of Sorrow hovering over Janna. And Saints is actually locked in Akali. I really hope to see a good skin on this Akali. That's what I'm looking for anyway. We'll see if this actually plays out. And it's going to be interesting to see how Akali does against this completely random team and this random composition from Fnatic. The fact that they don't have standard champions, the fact that they don't play standard means Akali's not going to get much time to farm. And we are going to see potentially a Teemo and a Karma. This is immense. This is immense. Sejuani has been selected for Lomens. Whether or not it's actually going to be locked in, that's the question. I don't know if this is actually going to be. It is going to be swapped over to an Orianna. And I like this. I'd like to see a normal composition against the troll composition. And I have to be honest with you. I have never seen nor played Karma by any of my friends, so I don't know any of her abilities. Heavenly Bond, Heavenly Wave, Spirit Bond, Soul Shield, and Mantra. We'll see how this is going to play out, and we actually see a Fiddlestick, so we've got a great combination here. If we see that Spirit Bond speed buff being put down into Fiddlesticks in conjunction with a nice, crystallized wall and the Arctic Assault from a Nivea slowing people down, blocking them off, a surprise Fiddlesticks ultimate could melt people's faces. And Lomens, I think Lomens needs some mad props here, because I think he random Sejuani and stuck to it. This is the feeling that I get. I don't know if you are on if you're on the own chat or not, but if you are, Lomens, let me know if that was a random, because I reckon you deserve a prop. I reckon you deserve a smile. So let's have a look quickly. 600 odd people. I had a very quick cough there, guys, so that was why the microphone is muted. The champions have now finally gone down. We should hit the 3-minute lock, and this is now when we can start looking at runes and masteries. So SOAS is playing Fiddlesticks. This is a Smite and Surge Fiddle, 2109. He's going to be opting to use that Surge to get as much HP, ability power, and attack damage as possible when he jumps into a fight. 8.5 magic penetration, 19 magic resist, and 15 ability power. So fairly good early game stats, really going to help him out. Cyanide is the man of the moment. He is going to be playing Karma. And as I said, this will be the first time I've ever shoutcasted a Karma. I do not even know her ability names. I'm going to try and remember them as best as I can. Heavenly Bond, Heavenly Wave, Spirit Bond, Soul something, and Karma. We'll double check it in game. Stats-wise, ability power, magic resist, health, and magic penetration. XPK playing Teemo. So this is the most standard champion of the lot. He's opted to go Ghost and Teleport. So my guess is we're going to see a tanky DPS bruiser Teemo. And he's going to be split pushing all day long using Move Quick and Ghost to get in and out of fights, as well as teleports to make sure that the lanes are always pushing in Fnatic's favor. And they're just going to shove the lanes down. Shove, shove, shove the entire time. Over on the flip side, 921.0 for Enrated. Max percent of +9, so I expect to see many Warmogs out of this champion. Physical damage +22, and then HXD, of course, playing Anivia. Has gone Revive Teleport, so that's an interesting one. Revive Teleport Anivia, it's not something that we see too often. 2901 once again on his mastery page. Now let's have a look at the average Joes. Once again, these are 5 players, 5 members of Game4Glory.net that have been selected to play this show match, been selected to play against these pros. And they stand a chance to win some merch, they stand a chance to win some goodies and some prizes. Players in the previous game definitely earned themselves a shot. Gonda's LOL, MR, physical damage, armor pen. Let's see Sejuani. Sejuani is, of course, the Pumbaa of League of Legends. Anyone that knows the Lion King will know exactly what Pumbaa looks like. 2136. Attack speed, ability power. Actually, no, this is just ability power, magic penetration, and some MR. So, yeah, some strange champions. Saints over on Akali at the moment. Most played 137 games with Akali, 123 with Heimer. So we know he's definitely played a lot of Akali. Is his Akali good enough to challenge Fnatic, though? That's the real question. 31 ability power at level 1. I mean, that is mental. 6.6 physical damage plus 1.9 magic penetration. My math tells me he's going to pick up a Doran's Blade as his item right out of the gates. Pick up that additional attack damage, and of course any attack damage will play into his favor when it comes to getting both of his disciplines up and running. But, you know, we'll see how this plays out. So once again, I am blinding everybody on stream. I do want to apologize about that. What I'd like to show you guys, Game4Glory.net. This is the host for tonight's show. If you guys want to stand a chance to win real money, real cash money for simply playing and competing in a game that you love and you think you kick ass in. Xbox, PS3, and PC. There's a whole range of games that you can select from. Each game is monitored and overseen by one of the professional marshals from Game4Glory. And the winner, the actual winner of the game, takes home real cash for their prizes. So we've got one more game for EU, and a little bit later tonight we'll be jumping over onto the US server. But I want to show you guys how you stand a chance to win some prizes with me. All you're going to do is head over to my Twitter page, twitter.com/quickshot. Make sure you follow me and simply retweet my most recent tweet. You'll see it there. Game4Glory.net has some great players tonight. Fnatic working hard. That was on the back of that second matchup. All you guys have to do is simply retweet this particular tweet to stand a chance. And right now, there are only 2 people who have entered. So guys, jump on there, retweet it, and I'll be selecting one of you guys at the end of this matchup to win that 1-month subscription to Elo Buff. So let's jump back over to League of Legends. You can see that we are loaded up. Before I get that though, I just want to get my overlay turned on. And we are live with the third and final game of this EU Game4Glory.net show match. Let's do a quick rundown of the skins because I did miss them. Cottontail Teemo, and the rest of them. We do have Surprise Fiddlesticks, which I'm very excited about. The Ultimate of Crowstorm is really cool. Vandal Brand, and just the stock standard Anivia, unfortunately. Sejuani not sporting any skins. Akali skinless as well. Saints, son, I am disappointed. Janna rocking out that Hextech Janna, running around with her wooden stick, her wooden pole, as it were. But nonetheless, defensive start from Fnatic, not going for that hyper-aggression we've seen in the early moments. We may see something very cheesy from Pickett. He's going to be using that live ward ability of his, hiding in the bush. So we're going to stick with the vision. This is the vision the Fnatic see right now. Enrated has jumped in, and they've got to be very, very careful. 5 members of the average Joes are coming in, and they may be coming in from behind. This is the vision. We're going to go back up to full. Enrated is going to jump into 5, and actually, the members of the Joes run away. The members of the Joes, they didn't know that he was alone, and they decided to back off. I'm going to stick here with Peke, because he may try to sneak this red buff. He may try to either pick up first blood or steal the ward, steal the creep, rather, the elder lizard. And this is the vision. He has no idea that everybody's here, nor does he know that 5 members of the Joes are so close. So we're going to see whether or not he's going to get scared or run into trouble. If he moves, he's dead. He's going to get caught. Now he's going to try and run away. Ghost is active, and he's going to carry on running. Lomans has now jumped in as well. Exhaust is down. Can they pick up first blood? There comes the dash, and first blood gets picked up by Pumbaa. So nice. That Arctic Assault used just to hold him in place for a little bit. And you know what? Peke choked. Peke choked. I'd like to see a little bit of chat. There we go. Die. A little bit of giggles there coming out. Peke, of course, taking some damage from that Tempest and that Cripple. And that's all that it needed. If guys are a little bit confused, Sejuani is a bull or a warthog, as it were. So I like to think of her as Pumbaa. Oh, my mouse once again. I lock the middle mouse and then it just dies on me. So jump into the middle. HXD taking a lot of damage. And I think I figured out what causes my mouse to break. So I'll stop doing that. We're going to see up in here. Mr. Fiddlesticks does use Drain as well as Smite to pick up that kill. And Fnatic actually playing standard. Fnatic using the support plus AD carry in the bottom lane. Look at the damage onto Lady of Sorrow. Forced to flash actually. Playing very safely. Did not want to give away more than she needed to. And we're going to go up onto this top lane. Enrated, Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, Tempest plus Cripple is out. The slow is there, but Saint simply cannot get up close enough. He throws out one more blade, but cannot jump in there to close that one out. And unfortunately, not enough movement speed, not enough damage from Akali right now to secure any more kills for the Joes. Find themselves 300 gold up, and is on the back of the first blood, and obviously the assist gold. Peke throws out that blinding dart into Lady of Sorrow, playing quite aggressively. Single point into blinding, single point into toxic shot. And Lady of Sorrow goes, look at the damage there, so high. Peke is low, but with the blinding dart, all the old attacks from Skyrim are simply missing. Not having a heal in the lane means that Teemo and Karma are going to be running happy about that. They're going to be able to just regenerate themselves up with that wave of Karmas. And we're going to see how this plays out now. Lee Sin, the Sonic Wave does miss. He does have red buff, so he can get into range. This may play into his favor. And he's going to get the cripple out. That's going to slow Peke. The shield comes down. Shield is popped immediately. Now Sina's going to carry on chasing. One more auto attacks is all needs, but they can't do it. It's going to give away one to the tower before finally going down himself. Teemo gets one. Corki gets a reply, but compliments of that red buff bouncing around. That's, once again, the mouse. He is at least going to... That's going to help him out in lane. So what we can do, actually, let's put ourselves in direct camera and tidy up our top lane as we have Anivia in the middle. Anivia is facing off against Sejuani. We have Akali in the top against Brand. And Xpeke playing very aggressive with his Teemo Karma combination. Jungle, we have, of course, Fiddlesticks versus Lee Sin. We'll most likely see a KG's lucky pick coming out of Fiddle. That is the most common. And I'm going to do, to just avoid any more of this, I am just changing my mouse scroll to mouse 2. So there we go. No more freakouts from this PC. Peke, once again, playing very aggressively in the bottom lane, but there's a huge wave of creeps that he needs to be careful of. Cyanide below 200 HP. And we see Gonda's Lol is coming in for the kill. If he lands a Sonic Wave, it misses. It lands onto the creeps instead. The Sonic Wave goes down, and once again, now I'm scrolling with my right finger instead of my middle one. Cyanide manages to get away with his life, so that keeps him alive for a little bit longer. 2 kills to 1. Only 200 gold difference. Conflagration plus Seer. That's going to hold Saints in place. Once Saints gets a couple of items, it's going to definitely help him out. But once again, Cyanide is very low. Exhaust actually goes down into Peke, but There was no fight going down. The Summoner spell was used. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, the shield is up, Cyanide survives, Iron Will's going to be used to jump backwards. Now Gondazlol's the one that's running. Peke with Move Quick, and Ghost is chasing. Toxic Shot is out, that's ticking. One more auto attack, is it going to be enough? Exhaust goes down, Gondaz is trying to chase. Iron Will is giving him a little bit of regen, but it's not going to be enough. And Peke picks up a fairly easy kill. We do see that Soaz jumps forward. You hear that party whistle. And Fnatic pick up 2 kills back to back. 3-2 up. They're now 1,000 gold ahead. And Soaz has just unlocked his ultimate. He's just unlocked Crowstorm. So I'm very much looking forward to these surprise birthday party attacks of his and seeing how they play out. Lane matchups, 23 CS for Akali to the 40 of Brand. In the mid lane, 31 on Sejuani to the 30 of Anivia. In the bottom lane, 22-25. And jungle creeps, Lee Sin significantly further behind. Only 15 to the 41 of Fiddlesticks. Fiddles has been in the middle lane for a little while though. So that's definitely going to help him out. Sia goes out. Going to carry on chasing. Saints has actually used that jump forward. He manages to eat 2 of those Pyroclasm ticks. His Shadow Dash put some DPS down onto Enrated, but it just wasn't enough. And unfortunately, without having a Hextech Revolver or anything to back up those Shadow Dashes, you know, and the burst damage from her Marks of the Assassin, it's just not going to be enough. Gondazlol is now level 4. He's going to be chasing up. Just misses the Sonic Wave, unfortunately. And now in the middle lane, HXD with his Chalice of Harmony. He's going to be throwing out his ultimate all day long, farming up creeps as best as he can. But nice to see from Fnatic a slightly more standard composition, a slightly more standard way of playing. Previous game, you got to think to yourself, was it a rude awakening? Was it a matchup where they went, you know what, we actually don't want to give away more than we need to, or you know what, we want to win playing standard? Up in the top lane, Saints may run into trouble, does eat a Sia on his backside. No points into Pillar of Flame yet from Enrated. So that's interesting to me, because I believe Pillar of Flame is the hardest hitting ability. I think it's Sia or Pillar of Flame for number 1 and 2 in terms of damage, but he's hitting the skill shots, and that's really what matters. But just look at the gold difference there for Fnatic. 10,600 gold to 9,100. They are just clawing their way ahead. High and low damage warning up in the top lane. Saints is going to carry on. Datsun does manage to pick up the kill with that Crescent Slash of hers. And it's going to be enough to secure a kill. So my apologies to Akali. Now on the bottom lane there's yet another kill, as Karma and Timo actually went for a dive. There's a teleport coming in. The teleport is from a member of Fnatic. Lady of Sorrows hanging around, shouldn't be hanging around. Now the Lomas is jumping forward. Arctic Assault is throwing out. Is going to at least hold Pick in place. One more little pop closes that one out. Now Cyanide's the man that's in trouble. HXD has actually teleported in. And as I'm choking myself to death, Lomans jumps across the wall and gets to safety. So with the passage of play, with those kills back to back to back, it keeps them with the kill lead, 5-4 up, and only 1,000 gold difference, which is, you know, comprised quite handily in the hands of Fiddlesticks, who is now level 8, has started this dragon. They're going to wait for it to get low, and let's see how this one plays out. Sonic Wave is going to go out in just a second. Lomas is going to jump through the wall. Look at Soaz, it's going to get deleted. Dragon gets picked up, and they kill Soaz. So well done. The coordination and the control from the Joes was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful, and definitely frag video worthy. Saints is now in a little bit of trouble. Does eat a blinding dot, going to carry on running some more toxic shots. Actually flashes over the wall as Peke now continues chasing. Toxic is dashing. Shadow Dash comes out. Mark of the Assassin is down. One more Shadow Dash. A Mushroom gets blown up. That means they're slow going down, but Peke is just not afraid. Carries on chasing. Misses the missile barrage. If they get one more missile, Skyrim now picks up that kill, and they find themselves 7-4 up. A 3-0-2 Corki. Double Dorans and Berserkers Greaves. He's going to be very, very happy about that. What I'd like to see out... Ooh, some pressure up in the top lane, actually. Loman's going very, very brave against Enrated. What I wanted to see from Saints is where he had both of them. Yes, he does. Okay, fantastic. So both of his disciplines are up and active. The bottom lane, Lady of Sorrow is most likely to go down. Crystallize from HXD is not really going to be enough to hold him in place, so he's going to juke past the Sonic Wave. Another Q that's been missed by Gondor's LOL. He's going to need to land more of those. Janet gets away with her life from Expeke. HXD gets egged. Dragon's Rage kick knocks him backwards. Now the Blinding Dart is down. Skyrabes picks up yet another kill. Peke is now going to carry on chasing. The Mushroom is going to get caught by Gondor's LOL, and with the slow from Skyrim, he's going to get shut down. Fear onto Gondor's. That's going to hold him in place, and Peke is just going to chase him down with all of that tower. In the background though, or up in the top lane rather, there was yet another kill going into the hands of Akali. 3-0-1 Akali and a 4-1-2 Corki. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Thank you guys for tuning in and stopping by. This is the Game4Glory.net show match. If a team puts on a good performance and a good showing, maybe they win themselves some prizes. And that's up to Fnatic and Game4Glory. And after the previous performance where Fnatic were forced into a 40-minute backdoor race, it's all up to this game. You know, this team, these final EU players. If you guys are staying up late, we will be casting a few more Fnatic versus US teams later this evening. Peke now finds himself between 3 and actually way overcommitted. Saints is looking for a fight here, but a red buff Cyanide plus the Mushroom, will it be enough? Saints carries on with the pressure. Sorcerer's shoes are up. He's waiting for a Shadow Dash. He simply doesn't have enough. And Soaz still hasn't used his Crow Storm that I have seen. I've been waiting for it. Gondor's LOL is now going to put some pressure. Tempest plus Iron Will. Look at the damage onto Soaz. He just gets completely obliterated. And this is a very, very heavy snowball team. If you consider how powerful and how fat Jax got in the previous game. If you have a Corki and an Akali with similar stats and a Lee Sin with all of the utility and mobility, it's a very difficult team to fight against. And Fnatic are on the back foot. Fnatic are 1-1 in terms of towers. And this team is definitely doing well. Cyanide is recalling. He's on a ward. There's not really anything that the Joes can do to get to him in time, so they are going to just back off. Karma has opted to go for a Magi Soul Stealer, plus the 2 GP10s. So has had the Magi's for a little while. And Teemo opting to go for a Zeal first. Take some damage from Saints. Saints, who is of course 303. Sitting on 3,600 gold. I'd like to see where he goes with the items next. I'd like to see Soaz getting in a position where he can use his Crow Storm a little more effectively. Enrated Spidey sense is ticking, so he starts to fall backwards and get out of the lane the moment Saints appears. But even though Saints has all the kills, oh, look at that beautiful ultimate from Sichuan. He's going to hold him in place. Expeke and Soaz is in so much trouble, but he is forced to flash. There comes the Crow Storm. Finally, he's going to keep Gondor's LOL in place for so long. He's going to be the first one to fall, and now Fnatic turn their attention over to Skyrim's. If he gets caught by a Fear, it was definitely going to play into his favor. Saints is going to carry on chasing, but with the damage shield and the Mushroom, plus now that looked like a stun actually coming out from a very, very nice Ice Blast. Karma actually shuts down the 3-0-3 Akali and keeps Fnatic in the controlling position. 11-8 up, tied for towers. The stun from HXD was so good. Incredibly well timed. And let's get ourselves onto manual camera right now. And actually I think I have disabled. So where is... There we go, that's what I wanted to see. 3 points into Crystallize, 5 points into Frostbite, and just a single into Flash Frost. Just the single into Flash Frost, but that's all that it needed. So apply the stun on Akali and keep her in place. And with the fact that Akali has got no farm, only 41 CS at the 15-minute mark, it's really showing in terms of items. Actually, Fnatic are significantly out farming. 41 to 104. 52. Lomans is going to commit forward. Crystallize comes out from HXD, but it's just a little bit off target. Saints is once again committed, but with that mark of the Assassin and the secondary proc, it does so good damage. And that was a terrible sentence. I swear I do speak English as my native language. But this has been an interesting series of games. That is for sure. An interesting series of games. And I'm getting a little tongue-tied. So we see some blue pings onto Baron. The average Joes know that there was a 15-minute Baron in the previous game. And are afraid of it this time, but they need to put some wards. There comes the dash. Are we going to see the Arctic Assault from Lomas? He needs to apply the slow. The ultimate comes up. That's going to hold Teemo in place, but with the Ignite ticking down, is it going to be enough? No, the Missile Barrage is not long enough range, and Teemo gets away with incredibly low life. Gondazlor is going to carry on chasing. He jumps over the wall, and my mouse is once again dying on me as we are stuck on a camera. Let's get to manual, and there we go. It's because I click on the champions. And a little bit of a disengage there from the Joes. 11-8 up, but they still find themselves 1,000 gold behind. That's the problem. Even though you've got the advantage, Fiddlesticks is coming in. We're going to see a Crowstorm ultimate. This is for sure. Pyroclasm is going to come down. This would be a perfect time for the ulti. Are we going to see it? There he comes. 1, 2, 3, 4 members of the Joes, but instantly kicked away. That was a very nice Dragon's Rage kick. Fiddlesticks is the first to fall before immediately following up with a kill on to Corki. Now Sejuani is going to carry on chasing with the help of Janna, knocking them up. Lee Sin is considering jumping into that Sonic Wave ability of his, but unfortunately Enrate has just got so much hit points. He's got plus 9% max HP, plus a Warmogs already built. Sia hits onto Sejuani. Is it going to be enough? And with a Warmogs already at 200 kill, 2,700 hit points. Brand has 2,700 hit points. You do the math on that one. It's going to be so incredibly hard to kill him. Since the last time we've talked about this, Akali has only picked up 3 additional CS. And Saints needs to pull back. He needs to pick some more creep kills up, get some more gold in the bank, and then convert that into items, of course, because at the moment he's just picked up that Giant's Belt. Magi's, how are they doing in SOAS? Currently got 3 stacks. Cyanide currently sitting on 4 stacks. So not too bad overall. And Cyanide is now in a bit of trouble. He's going to just farm up this wave. Maybe try get away to safety. Shadow Dash, Mark of the Assassin. Shadow Dash again. And Skyrim should close it out. In actual fact, Saints does with 1 more Shadow Dash. Uses all 3 procs of his ultimate. But you know what? When it secures the kill and it's on that low of a cooldown, you can afford to. We haven't looked at items in a little while. Let's see what the rest of the players are doing. Sheen and Phage in the hands of Corki, working towards that Trinity Force. Janna, double GP10s. Lee Sin has gone for the Wriggles Lantern. Peke opted to go triple Doran's Blades and Zeal. I'd actually like to see how he's leveling up this champion right now. 451 base movement speed. He's got Berserker's Greaves and that Zeal, so that's going to play into his favor. He also has Ghost and Teleport, so what I anticipate out of him is a multitude of split pushing. You can see him just clearing out the jungle. Sonic Wave once again goes out, doesn't manage to land. Enrated is now caught a little bit out of place, but he's got so many hit points. Can they possibly kill him? That's 3 members of the Joes sticking onto him for the entire time. 3 members of the Joes, Sejuani, Corki, and Akali. Those are the DPS members trying to take out Tank Brand, and he's working towards his 2nd Warmogs. I anticipate a 5,000 HP Brand within the next 5 to 10 minutes. It would not surprise me. Another tower down, this time for the Joes. They're even up 2-2, but they're trading a top tower for an interior middle tower. Stun lands onto Lady of Sorrow. They're going to follow it up. Ice Blast is going to deal a decent chunk of damage, but it's not really enough to, really do anything or change the sway of the battle. Gondazlor is not committing to a fight. I did not even see that from behind, and Nivea has been taken incredibly low in this previous engagement. Now is finally going to fall to Sejuani. A very nice Crowstorm has come up from Fiddlesticks, and Lady of Sorrow and Skyrims are forced out of the fight. Gondazlor comes in from behind. Can he deal enough damage though? That's the question, as Teemo just continues killing, continues pushing down, and Peke with that Zeal Doran's Blades Teemo is just putting so much DPS down. 25,500 gold to 29,600. And Fnatic just showing that the slightly superior team fighting, the slightly superior coordination, and targeting is playing into their favor. SOAS also definitely needs to get some props for a very, very nice Crowstorm there. Lomans is not chasing. Arctic Assault goes down. And Peke just stands there and takes it. Takes it like a man. How much gold is he sitting on? 2,000 gold in the bank, so he can finish his Phantom Dancer if he decides to go that route. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the likes of a Trinity Force out of him. That's most likely what I anticipate. But we'll see if that is going to be the case. There's a couple of pings happening. Whole bunch of purple pings now on HXD, so I don't know what that means. Brand 3,500 HP. He's about to be collapsed on. But look at the rest of Fnatic. They know it. Enrated is just pulling them away. You can see all the pings, all the targeting. Enrated throws out the Pyroclasm. He's finally going to get slow. Still alive. This is 5 members of the Joes on him, and look how long he survives. I cannot get over how just insanely tanky he is right now. That immense amount of HP. A couple of purple pings down onto Baron Nashor. But it doesn't look like anybody's doing it yet. They don't have any vision either, so even if Baron was to be picked up, they would have absolutely no idea. Pick up back at the full vision, and it appears that the Joes have decided to start Baron. So 22 minutes in. This is definitely going to play into their favor. They're 5,000 gold behind, but they don't have the damage to do it. And now all of a sudden, Pekka with red buff, he's going to carry on chasing. If he gets a red buff slow, this is going to secure the death. Dragon's Rage kick is going to knock them back. He has move quick available in 2 or 3 seconds time. Saints is committed to the fight. That's a lot of burst going down with a very, very nice shroud. He's gone invisible. Saints is going to be able to deal all the damage, but Gondazlor picks up the kill. Now with the mushroom damage down, Cyanide is in a little bit of trouble. The mushroom is not going to be enough to save him. Another mushroom gets popped actually, and it ends up being a 1-for-2 exchange. I didn't actually see Sejuani going down. Where did Sej went down to the to Baron Nashor. And a very, very nice fight. And really good burst damage coming out of Saints as Akali. He's been doing very, very well. Brand up in a moment. 3,500 hit points. He's going for tank Brand. Has decided he does not need ability power. Instead, survivability is key. And I'd like to see 6 Magi Soul Stealer stacks on Soaz's Fiddlesticks. And 5 on Karma's Cyanide's Karma. Pekka, he did finish the Infinity Edge, the Phantom Dancer rather. Sorry, PD, Phantom Dancer. So he spent all of that gold he had in his bank. And Fiddle, on the back of the 145 CS that he has just completed his Zonya's Hourglass. So that's definitely going to help him. Now, we've just seen how quickly Pekka went down in the previous engagement, but with that mushroom and move quick, as well as his Phantom Dancer, he's going to be able to just keep chasing. And Saints actually has enough time to throw out a laugh, but now we're going to see whether or not Cyanide's going to be the first to blow up. And look at the damage going down. Now they're going to turn their attention over onto Pekka. Some great mitigation of that mushroom. Nobody jumps onto it. At least that time. They walk past it the second time as one. Fiddle is now going to think about getting his ultimate off. Saints uses a shadow dash, dives all the way forward. It's not going to be enough though. He hasn't finished his Rylai, so he cannot apply the slow. Silence bounces across, and I'd love to see a Fiddlesticks Crow Storm here. Lomas is trying to put some blocking down. Corki picks up the dragon. Here comes a Crow Storm. Ultimate gets interrupted from a beautiful stun from Sejuani. Soaz just gets deleted. And Saints is the man that picks up the kill. But credit has to go to Lomans. Lomans is the man that stunned him and prevented that happening. Now Pekka uses his Ghost actually, takes a lot of damage. Mark of the Assassin gets procced. A couple more Shadow Dashes available for Saints. Going to carry on chasing. Gonda's lol is thinking about setting something up, but with Skyrim's joining the party and all DPS he's putting down, is it going to be enough to stop them? This is now a 4 vs 3 engagement. Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike. Teemo is still alive. Summon a heal goes down, or a heal comes out from Karma. In actual fact, Akali picks up the kill credit onto Teemo. Now they've turned their attention onto Cyanide. Is he going to be able to do it? The mushroom in the background picks up the kill onto Gonda's lol, so he's now been removed from the fight. HXD is doing the best that he can from the outset, but it's just not going to be enough. And another mushroom kill actually gets credited there. And it was only the one. It was the single mushroom kill, but nonetheless, a kill. Either way, Fnatic 7 kills down, but 5,000 gold up on the back of dragons, on the back of towers. And gold and towers is what really matters. Cyanide is going very, very aggressive. Gets deleted from a 373 damage crit. That's a 937 Skyrims. 937 on that Corki. Trinity Force completed. He practically just one-shot the 1/3 of HP away from Karma there. So really nicely done. I got it completely wrong at the beginning of the game. I thought Pekka may be going tanky DPS Teemo. Instead, he's just going full AD carry Teemo. And this is what I want to see. This is my man of the moment right now. 4,000 233 hit points on Brand at level 15. One Warmogs is empty, one Warmogs is almost full, so you know, a huge amount of HP. Another 350 that's going to get added to that. Yeah, we're going to see the 5,000 HP out of Brand. Saints picks up his killing spree, 829. He has the Rylai's Crystal Scepter completed, working towards the Sheen. Once the Sheen is completed, that will eventually become a Lichbane. Give me a little bit of time before we do that. Great mushroom there from Teemo, so that's going to at least slow Gondor's down, and now a very powerful fear keeps Gondor's in place, and another fantastic mushroom slows Skyrim's down. Luckily for the Joes, those mushrooms do not have much ability power backing them up, so what that ends up meaning is they don't deal the most damage, and it's just frustrating when you keep running over them, just frustrating when you keep stepping on them over and over and over. I have the gold graph now on the bottom of your screen, so if you want to see exactly who's earning the most, a couple of members of the Joes in and around the 8,000 gold mark. Fiddle 8,800, 8,100 for Karma. Brand, now we're going to see how this works out. He gets stunned, locked in place, 10% cripple, that's going to slow him. Now Corky's jumped in on the fight as well. Eye of the Storm is ticking away, giving him some additional damage. And while he's pulled all of the focus away, Peke's managed to push the middle with his AD Teemo. He's most likely going to take this inhibitor down. Although he's going to go toe-to-toe with Akali. Akali's going to jump over this wall. She hits a mushroom, it might be bad. Is going to hit the mushroom, so that's going to be a slow. Going to carry on damaging. Look at the damage onto Peke. In fact, look at the return. Karma puts that damage shield down. Peke just completely shuts him out. That blinding dart is just so good. A Dragon's Rage kick kicks him away and keeps Saints alive before Gondor's himself is now the next one in trouble. Now I'm trying to keep track of where this fight is going as Soaz jumps over the wall with his Crow Storm. Misses the Sonic Wave, and those mushrooms from Teemo are just so powerful. They lose 1 for 1 in that exchange. Up in the top lane, Lomez deals enough damage to egg HXD, but doesn't have the DPS to kill him underneath the tower, so he's forced out of that engagement. Sheen has now been completed for Akali. Janna, Chalice of Harmony, Ninja Tabai, and oh my word, I'm turning blind today. Karma goes down to the combination of Corki and Lee Sin. Right, so let's see what I was saying about the items. Let's go back and direct the camera so you don't miss any more. Trinity Force BF Sword picked up for Corki. DFG and Rod of Ages in the hands of Sejuani. So she's going for a burst AP mage type of build. Chalice of Harmony, Ninja Tabai, as well as the GP10s in the hands of Janna. Aegis of the Legion, Phage, and of course Wriggled Lantern in the hands of Lee Sin. Akali getting nearer towards that Lichbane. Over on Brand's side, we see a double Warmogs plus a Chain Vest. That Chain Vest makes me think it's going to become a most likely Guardian Angel. Take a look at the damage there. Lomans just completely deletes Peke. Blinding Dart keeps him alive for a little while, so all of those auto attacks gets blocked, but the main thing is just that huge burst. And Rated has now been given the red buff, or he stole the red buff away, so he's going to try to do what he can as Brand. He doesn't have the worst auto attackers out of all the mages, but he's not exactly who you want to be giving it to. But then again, when you're playing an HP tanky Brand, that's really what plays into your favor. Crow Storm is not available for Fiddlesticks. Sonic Wave does not land, so they cannot chase either. Pillar of Flame goes down, doesn't manage to catch anybody just yet. And after that entire non-engagement, everybody backs away. Saints making the call there, saying, look, leave that for me, I need the HP. Cyanide now going toe-to-toe with Lomans. Damage being traded is pretty good. Cyanide, does he have it though? That's the real question. Lomans forced out of the way, he's waiting for cooldowns. Does use his flash, is still waiting. Ultimate, Arctic Assault, plus the Northern Winds is going to be enough to secure that kill. I believe he used his DFG as well. But you know what? If you can pick up a kill, why not? 28 to 15. And we see 3 members of the Joes. They're coming in from behind. They're looking for blood. Can they catch them? This is the question. Let's see how the targeting goes. HXD has been abandoned. Fiddlesticks has run away. He's going to get completely blown up. Does not have his egg because he was egged in the top lane by Lomans earlier on. Now Peke is going to carry on forcing. He's going to put a huge amount of damage down. And is actually putting huge about now. Gondor's is trying to look for the Sonic Wave. Doesn't manage to land it. Toxic Shot is out. That's going to at least get some damage going on. But look how quick Peke can run. with Move Quick and with Ghost. Now they've turned their attention onto him. If they can get Teemo down, Karma's going to be the next one to fall. And the damage that is coming out from both Lee Sin and Akali is really, really good. Akali puts all the burst down, and all Lee Sin needs to do is just follow it up, lands that Sonic Wave, jumps on top of him with the Resonating Strike, and allows that execution port of the DPS to finish him. The thing that's scary here, the Joes are 6 towers to 2. Even though they've got the kills, 31 to 16, they don't have the map presence. 3,000 gold behind. Brand, 4,600. His first Warmogs is full. It's another 200 HP coming out of the second Warmogs. And he is sitting on 950 gold. So if we see a Chain Vest and a Null Magic Mantle, it's definitely going to be a GA. And in actual fact, he's going AD Brand. He's going attack damage Brand, and we're about to see an Atmogs Impaler. We're about to see Atmogs Impaler AD Brand. What I'd like to see is our Magi's. 4 stacks for SOAS. Cyanide currently sitting on the 1. They have died multiple times, so that's going to play into their favor. And Teemo, Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, and another Zeal being completed. So his movement speed is through the roof. 497 before he uses Move Quick. And Move Quick still has an active, which gives him an even bigger boost. So I do not believe it's going to be possible to catch that little hamster. Saints manages to get away from that Seer and the Pillar of Flame. And we're just waiting for Loman's, Skyrim's, Lady of Sorrow, and Gondor's Lol to jump in there. Let's jump over to Fnatic's vision. The Joe's vision. Now we're on Fnatic. Let's see how this one plays out. They started Baron, but decided against it. They've allowed Lee Sin time to pick up Drake, but now Enraged, he's decided to jump in. Pillar of Flame comes out. Pyroclasm, where is it? There comes the Pyroclasm. The rest of Fnatic aren't really close by, but even without ability power, Lady of Sorrows dropped very, very low, and Rated is going to get burst down. He's got huge HP, so Deathfire Grasp is just going to melt his HP bar. They're still focusing him. That's not who you should be focusing. Akali's the first member of the Joes to fall, while Enrated is still alive. Enrated is running around with the HP. Enrated gets a double, gets a triple kill. And Teemo pushes down the bottom inhibitor. Joes, you cannot focus a 5,000 HP Brand. You cannot put your attention into somebody that's that tanky. And I want to see his attack damage. I want to jump to Brand right now. Not only did he get away with his life, Atma's Impaler is now gaining 76 attack damage. I'm going to jump to the bottom lane really quickly as both middle and bottom lane inhibitors are down. The huge attack damage Brand, 211, is now coming into this middle lane. I'd like to see a Zeke's Herald coming out of Fnatic. That would definitely play into their team's favor. But by the time Brand gets here, the game may be over. The first Nexus turret has fallen. Monsoon gets used by Janna. She throws everybody back. Now they've turned their attention to the second Nexus turret. Fnatic want to wrap this one up. Fnatic want to close this game out. Soaz is still alive. He's getting away with his life. And Flash Frost doesn't manage to land onto Gondor's Lol, unfortunately. Pekka continues running. Move Quick is up. Just carries on running, and they get away safely. Lady of Sorrow is most likely going to go down. No, manages to get away with her life. Incredibly low HP, though. Moments has now got his sights trained on HXD. Sonic Wave lands. Resonating Strike is going to follow up. That was a mushroom kill, I believe, onto Janna. Now HXD has been egged. They've turned their attention to Pekka. HXD is going to respawn before going down himself. And the Joes holding out. The Joes surviving. Lady of Sorrow. Chalice, Ninja Tabai. What appears to be an Aegis of the Legion as well. That's a Ruby Crystal and a Null Magic Mantle. I can only assume that's what it's going to become. But we'll see what happens here. This is the man I want to watch. 213 attack speed. Attack damage. Only 0.7 on the attack speed meter, and he's picked up yet another HP bar, 5,100 HP. I'd love to see exactly how much DFG is going to hit him for, so let's find Sejuani. DFG chunks for 36% of their current health, okay? So let's assume he's at max health, and let's take his max health to be 5,000 HP. You're talking 5, 10, 15, you're talking 1,750 damage from a DFG proc. 1,750 damage. Those numbers are immense. We'll see how it plays out though, and just if they can actually convert it into kills, because that's what it matters. And as long as the Joes are focusing the tanky Brand, the rest of Fnatic just eat them alive, just completely eat them alive. So 33-20 up, Fnatic 4,000 kills, 4,000 gold in the lead. There is the gold graph on the bottom of your screen. You can see exactly who has accrued the most gold. And now that we're starting to reach this late game phase, Akali can just delete people. Sejuani can do pretty well at deleting people as well. Soaz runs into a little bit of trouble. He finds a Lee Sin. He's going to be able to get away to safety. Saints is now taking some damage. The DPS from Unrated has been very good, but he can survive so high. I must think that the... oh, here comes the Crow Storm. That's going to be huge. Going to jump away. Dragon's Rage kick back towards the tower, so he splits up the members of Fnatic, but it's not going to be enough. Gondazlol is going to be the first one to fall. Somehow manages to survive. In actual fact, Corki is going to be the first in the bottom lane. Teemo going toe-to-toe with the whole bunch. Sia through the wall, just not enough. We're going to stick with Peke because he's going to push on to this next turret. Lady of Sorrow is going to go down. Peke maybe surviving. Blinding Dart goes out. Saints is still alive. He's invisible. Uses the Shadow Dash and the Mark of the Assassin to pick up the kill. My neighbors hate me. I am yelling at the top of my voice, and that was such a great play. He's going to jump back in. Cyanide's going to be the next one, but with the fear and the drain, Saints is held in place for so long. Somehow, that Eye of the Storm from Lady of Sorrow keeps him alive. Really nice Eye of the Storm from Lady of Sorrow. And Fnatic win in 37 minutes. 37-minute victory, 34-24. Maybe not necessarily quite as dramatic as game number 2, but nonetheless, Saints, Lady of Sorrow 87, Skyrim's, Lomans, and Gonda's LOL with a deserved, congratulations there at the end of the game. So really nicely done. That means I need to quickly change my screen. So we are finished for EU for tonight. Those are the games. This was Game4Glory.net. This was the EU qualifier. If you guys want to jump on board and play some other professionals, go check out the webpage, Game4Glory.net. You can see all the Celebrity Gamer challenges over on the right-hand side of your screen. You can see who's playing where. But the main thing to remember is that this is where you play other teams and you play other players, other competitive guys for real cash money. Every single game is monitored and controlled by the marshals, and the real victor actually wins money. You're pitted against members of equal skill and ability, so make sure you guys check that out. Register on the page and find out where to play. We are going to be back in a couple of hours' time, in about 2 or 3 hours' time, to do the US portion of this, where Fnatic Raid Call will be playing against US team members. So make sure you tune in, and before you do, if you guys want to stand a chance to win a prize, follow me on Twitter, guys. All you have to do is jump onto twitter.com/quickshot and retweet this particular tweet and see how we're doing. 19 retweets, so only 1 in 19 chance. That's not bad. So, guys, we will be back a little bit later. I have to throw up some music and an ad break, and we'll see you again soon.